to you all afterwards anyway. Basically, yeah, Dave's identified, yeah, I'm a nutter, I'm crazy. So was he. We had to be to do that job. Peter Burley from Harcourts, he has basically also said, I knew. He said, I didn't care. He said, you know, the professionalism, the passionate, hard-working, perfectionist, loyal person that he knew I was what he wanted. You know, together, I was only with Pete just under 2 years. We created Team Burley, which I hope most of you have seen, perhaps in the local newspaper or whatever. And in that 2 years together, we listed and sold in excess of $20 million worth of property. Not bad for someone who'd never sold a house before. I'm doing all right. And then I asked Kay. Now, Kay has been a friend of mine now for, how old have Ben and James? She's 12. So we've been friends now for nearly 7 years. I've worked for Simplex for 3.5 years. Kay actually chased me. She asked me to come work for her, and I said, oh, no, you don't need me. You know, I can't help your business. I can't help you. You know, no worries. She came back. And eventually went, yeah, I want to do that. Now, I bleed blue these days. You know, Simplex is all about the blue. And I do, I bleed blue. Harcourts was all about the blue. Online Rail, blue-collar workers to max. IBM, RAB, blue. And isn't it funny then, beyond blue, have the blues? No. Essentially, the reason I asked these guys if they would mind putting together some words is I wanted to get it from their perspective of the common character traits, or the things that give them nightmares about me, the difficulties I cause them, or the key attributes of how I work, how I perform at work. So from those three pieces from Dave, Pete and Kay, these are the things that, you know, obviously getting those letters, that was great for my self-confidence. I was like, geez, thanks, I feel special now. But these are things that I want you to think about, because these are all ways that I've been described as an employee, as a colleague, as all those sorts of things. So I'm a perfectionist. I'm hardworking, I'm results-driven, I'm analytical with a high attention to detail, I'm loyal to a fault, and I'm self-motivated. But I want you to look behind these, and this is, I'm going to give you what's behind these and why these are linked, in my situation, to the depression. I am a perfectionist because I'll always feel that my best is never good enough. It's a fact. If I got an A at school, I always want to know why I didn't get an A+. You know? Perfectionism is a trait that causes us to find comfort in order. A little bit on the OCD side even. I'll agree, when I was in the railways, my house was like military precision. I menu planned for a month. You know, and it had to be. That's the only way we could function at the time. I'm hardworking. Yep, I'm a hard worker, and I'll push myself to do whatever I need to do in a professional and ethical manner, of course, in order to get the job done, to make something successful, and quite often that'll be to my own physical, mental or emotional detriment. I'm results driven, yep, because for me personally this actually translates into a fear of failure. I'm so scared of failing, it's not funny. I've got to have that result there and go, I've got to get that, because if I don't, that means I've failed. I am analytical, with high attention to detail, and for me this equals shame and self-doubt. I will pull things apart. I'll do my best on a job like you wouldn't believe. I'd win a rail contract, we'd fill that job, and I'd be worried about, well, where's the next one coming from? I'd sell a house for a person, and I'd then be going, oh, what if I could have got them an extra $5 grand? You know, I'll bring in 2 new client leads a week. I'll always be thinking, well, why didn't I get 4? I'm loyal. I will fight to the bitter end for something I believe in, something I'm passionate about, and I'll stand up for people. I'll stand up for the minority, because I know what it's like to be the minority. I know what it's like to feel like you are the scum of the earth. Not that I am. I know I'm not now, but I know what it felt like back then. I am self-motivated because no one's going to push me harder than I push myself already. That was one of Kay's comments right at the end of her thing. She said she actually has to tell me to stop sometimes. Some of you here know that I'm actually still getting over glandular fever at the moment. So I was diagnosed with glandular fever a month and a half ago, possibly. I've been really unwell. But I'll still push myself. There was no way I was missing a number of things. I wasn't missing the bus trip that I'd planned to raise funds for Giving Gold for Learn, for Relay for Life. Wasn't missing it, had to do it. It wasn't missing today either. No way. But what has helped me? Having workplace flexibility, it's not just for people with young kids or elderly parents. You know, it's fantastic that in so many different workplaces these days the option can sometimes exist. It doesn't always exist, and obviously an employer has a right to not be able to give that if it's going to be a detriment to the business. But for me, having the flexibility to work within my health and working for people who know I'm going to push myself harder than they can push me anyway. And so having that flexibility has been gold. Learning how to have a work-life balance, so thank you so much, Peter, for that. He encouraged me, you know, sometimes we'd be sitting in the office there and he'd go, Helen, it's 3 o'clock, you're going to go get kids. I'm like, oh, yeah, do too. Being conscious of my own mental health, knowing what my triggers are. So when I get physically unwell, chances are I'm going to get mentally unwell. I had a couple of flat days last week, but I was able to recognise them these days and go, right, refocus, regroup, and I know now the things that will trigger me. If I'm stressed, it'll happen. If I'm overtired, it'll happen. Understanding my personality type and having an understanding of the others that I work around. Now, my qualifications are HR management. You know, I've got a degree in management, majors in HR and IT. I've got postgraduate qualifications in management. Oh, I'm even, you know, qualified nail technician, for God's sake. You know, I did that for me. Not for any valid purpose, you know. I don't do my own nails. But I know my personality type because I've kept being interested in those sorts of things. If I learn about different personalities, then I'm going to be able to understand myself better, but also I'm going to learn how to interact with other people better. And so I'm not going to end up having an interaction with a person which I then look back and go, well, that didn't go well. And then being self-doubting, analytical. Well, that really didn't go well. Is it my fault? Oh, it's probably my fault. So I've learnt how to pick up on some personality traits of other people, and that's been a huge benefit, and I think every person should do that. Exercise and physical activity. I'm not a runner, you know, but find something that works. Find something you like, or at the very least find something you don't hate. It doesn't matter if it's, you know, running, walking, jogging, going to the gym, playing Just Dance in the lounge room with your kids. Do something. You know, something is better than nothing. I don't take myself so seriously anymore. I used to think, you know, I was a professional prim propper, otherwise someone might see through me. Well, I'm happy to have a joke about myself now. Quite happy to. I express gratitude. When I'm grateful, I say it. Because I know how good I feel when someone turns around and says thank you to me. And I figure, well, I feel really great when someone says thank you to me, or they acknowledge or they recognise that I've done something to try and help them. It could be a client, a colleague, a friend, family member. Kane Ange nominated me for an award, and you know, we've been over in Bendigo this morning, and I brought home an award this morning as well. It's like, and it was very humbling, you know. It's so nice. But that in ways, that's like a thank you from the industry, I suppose you could say. It does make you feel good. So if it makes you feel good, make an effort to say thank you to at least one person a day. It could be for something tiny. It could just be put a post-it note on their computer screen with a smile. You never know when just doing that one little thing for that other person is going to make a huge difference. But more importantly than everything else, it's seeking professional help. I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have achieved what I've achieved. I probably, to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't be here. I actually would not be here if I hadn't gone and sought professional help. You know, I don't try and do my own accounts. I work in an insurance brokerage, but I'm a marketing manager. I don't even try and do my own insurance. I give it to the experts, you know. I don't do my own accounts. I don't cut my own hair. I don't do all those sorts of things because why bother? I'm not trained in any of those areas. Go and see a professional. Don't think that you can snap yourself out of it, and don't ever tell someone, snap out of it. There's nothing more infuriating than when you're feeling really, really depressed. Oh, you'll be right, just snap out of it. Oh, sure, you know, no worries. Because it's just like, just stop taking your insulin, you'll stop being a type 1 diabetic. Yeah, sure. Hospital tried that on me once. Had an operation. Woke up 3 days later in intensive care because they thought I didn't need insulin. Same thing, it doesn't work. Get professional help. But where to from here? These 3 web pages are critical. If you know someone, if you are someone, or if you feel that you just want to educate yourself better, what is depression, what is anxiety, what is any of those other conditions that, you know, I've flashed up before your eyes, go and have a look. Headsup.org.au is an alliance between Beyond Blue and the Australian Government, specifically targeted at creating mentally healthy workplaces. They've got some great resources. Beyond Blue is very much about all types of mental illnesses and those sorts of things. I've got a stack of information that Beyond Blue sent up. Please, please, please take as many booklets as you want home with you to your work, all of those sorts of things, take them. The more we talk about it, the less stigmatised it all is. And lifeline.org.au, they offer 24/7 crisis and suicide support. They are so important. I've been there, I've been in that situation, and what they offer, you hope no one ever needs it. But thank God they're there if you do. Now, I said before, I don't take myself as seriously anymore, and I love Dr. Seuss. Who else likes Dr. Seuss? So here's my little present, and my way of saying thank you to all of you. Thank you is such a little phrase, but it's what I want to say to you, as being here to listen was all you needed to do. You can think I'm crazy, a right old nutty bat. I'm okay with you thinking this, and you can think just that. But next time you come across a troubled soul who's having a rough day, please stop and ask, are you okay? And listen to what they say. I'm Helen Stevens, thank you very much.
For your candour and honesty, Helen, very, very enlightening. And Helen chose today to have a raffle with the funds donated to Beyond Blue, and Jacksons & Co have donated a $50 voucher, which would be very nice to meet you today. So I might get you to try and get that too.
It's a black ticket, E-Ted, Sue, Brand. Oh, great. Soldiers.
Carefully give you that.
Thank you
very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Now, I'm going to lighten the moment a little bit and share something with you, because I'm a bit delighted to introduce our 60-second spiel today. You might take a bit of a look at the bruises on the back of my arm, but hidden under here is one very small bruise but a broken rib. Our 60-second presenter today is Kim from Handy Girl. I really should grow up and go, the blood rushes to my head. Facebook has a great deal. Really, honestly, I shouldn't look at these things and think, Margie, you can do this, because really I shouldn't. They had this picture come up about making this particular stand in your backyard with packing pallets. It took 3 months to con my son-in-law into picking up the packing pallets from the back of Bunnings. They're free. You know, it's going to cost me nothing. I got really excited. Young Dave made them look very light. Well, so he dumps them out the front of I've got a patio, and I'm going to build this thing that you put pavers on top of and put pot plants on, or a glass of wine, whichever first. So I carry them out, staggered through the house with them. And I thought, now I better make sure it's going to fit. Don't get a tape measure, that'd just be too simple. So I lean it up against the wall. Oh yeah, that's going to go. But this pot plant's in the way. So I leaned it against the wall, squatted down to move the pot plant. The packing broke. Thankfully, my arm broke, because as I say, I've broken the rib. I caved in and went to the doctor yesterday because I sneezed and nearly passed out, and I thought, I think I'll best go. But seriously, ladies, I'm on the ground under this thing. So I ring my daughter, who's a nurse. Severe lack of sympathy there. Oh, don't worry, Mum, they won't do anything but give you painkillers, and they don't even bother to x-ray. So anyway, Saturday night I was a blithering idiot and asleep at 8:30 full of drugs and alcohol because I was in so much pain. So ladies, I will say to you that, as I say, I get very excited about these little projects. I really shouldn't. I should know my limitations or take advice from the expert, who I'm very proud to introduce today, is Kim. Pronounce your name for me.
Handy Girl will be all right.
But I should have got Kim in the first place. And can I also say that Kim has very kindly donated as our card draw today a half-hour one-on-one consult in your house if you feel you have something you'd like to discuss that you need fixing or need to build or... Yes, and I'm really hoping I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm Kim. Founded Handy Girl probably about 10 years ago, and never really did much with it. And it wasn't until this year that I brought Handy Girl, turned her into Handy Girl Australia, had her trademarked, had her protected because it was time that she came out of the closet and made an impact. I met Helen at the Ballarat Commerce Conference this year. It was through just having that immediate contact with Helen that when it came time to get some insurance, I went, why not? Let's give this Simplex a Guernsey. And I've gone through my industry, so I'm a member of Housing Industry Australia. And anyway, they've covered some of my insurance, so well, good on Simplex, but it was through Helen, so thanks, Helen. Great speech today. You did fantastic. The mission statement for Handy Girl Australia is we build confidence. And for many of you who may not know me, I run a small do-it-yourself workshop. That's not to say you go out and build your own workshop. You may want to, but you come to my workshop and you learn how to do simple home maintenance, whether it's for yourself, your daughter, your son, or your hubby. You just never know who's turned up to my workshop to learn how to do various things. I know Belinda's been there doing things, and occasionally I'll come out to your home to help you to hang up that special antique mirror that we do not want to drop and break, and make sure it's hung perfectly. So the business is doing that. Hopefully you'll get to learn about Handy Girl TV, the next project that we're working on, where we'll be looking at producing a small show based around highlighting some amazing handy women, of which you all are. So it's not necessarily just about home maintenance. And so in terms of my business helping you to build confidence, I would like you to take on those pellet projects and not hurt yourself. Fix up your leaky tap, retile your kitchen, take on renovations, and I'm there as your backup person. Even if you're buying or selling your house, you're getting it ready for sale. So thank you.
Don't go anywhere, you've got to draw the card.
Mine's at the bottom.
Half an hour consult may end up being an hour. Belinda.
Oh, Redrop. She's wonderful. I can thoroughly recommend her. Redrop.
That's how generous, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm just going to remind you all of our next lunch, which will be at the Provincial. That's our Christmas lunch, okay? And that's Friday the 4th of December, same format that we've got. The only thing is that we actually have a Kris Kringle, so there'll be, you just bring along a gift and we put it in and have those there. And our Christmas functions are getting to be quite renowned. So as I say, we're going to utilise the facilities there at the Provincial on Friday, December the 4th, again same time at midday. I have got Breakfast Club here, but I couldn't find when the next one was. So, and as I do apologise for Hayley, she had a bit of a hiccup with the time frame today and was going to be in Melbourne for an event this evening, but they mucked the time up on the invitation, so she had to go earlier. So she was an apology today. Now, we have had some fun with our website, but we've just about got all of the hiccups ironed out with that, as we've got the booking in there just about right. The membership invoices will go out very shortly, so keep your eye out for those. If you haven't put in for your membership, please just go, and I think there's an application process that's active now on our web. So, because membership does keep us going, it allows us to have quality insurance and to do some promotion and to build our membership base in our database, and to get some value out of it. But thank you very much, ladies, for attending today. Hope to see you all at our Kris Kringle lunch on the 4th. And happy networking for the rest of it, but feel free to stay on and enjoy the rest of your lunch. And they're chocolate truffles, by the way. Nothing healthy about it.